So, let's discuss Renee Good for a minute. The woman shot by ICE in Minnesota the other day. You got people saying she was lost custody of her first two kids because her now wife was putting cigarettes out on her, allegations of abuse. You got other people saying that's not true, that there's no proof of that, and that what really happened was there was a previous custody agreement with the first husband. Well, here's the flat out truth. If there's any court records, we don't know, because court records involving custody cases in many times are not made public, sealed records in order to protect the child. Now, the people that are saying she had a previous custody agreement with the husband don't know that either, because the husband has asked that his name, ex-husband asked that his name be kept out of it in order to protect the children. So we don't know if either one of these are true or not. They could both be lies. Could be like somewhere in between. She could have lost custody for a totally different reason. We do not know. So let's quit spreading rumors about why she didn't have custody of the first two kids. Let's get to some flat out truth. She moved to Minnesota to protest against the government cracking down on fraud. She moved to Minnesota to interfere with law enforcement officers doing their job. That's fact. There's no disputing that. And that's already been proven. Next thing, was she a good mother? Well, let's see. She dropped her kid off at daycare so she could go interfere with law enforcement officers doing their sworn duty. So no, she was not a good mother. If she was a good mother, she'd have been at home with her kid or been at work. You're gonna drop your kid off at daycare, don't do it to go protest people doing their lawful duty. That's first of all. Second of all, if you don't want to get arrested, which evidently she didn't, because she'd rather run over a cop instead, like her wife told her to, drive. You can plainly hear her say that in the video. You can plainly see the cop standing in front of her. You can see the car hit the cop. The one that shot her through the windshield. The first shot went through the windshield. Not through the side window, but through the windshield. Now, it's sad that the woman lost her life. Anyone celebrating it is wrong. But the fact is, it's still her fault. Because if she had been where she should have been, doing what she should have been doing, instead of interfering with police of any kind doing their job, she'd still be alive. That's first and foremost. And like I said, it's still sad that she lost her life. No one should be celebrating, even though there's reports that she celebrated when Charlie Kirk was killed. The fact is, we may never know whether her first two children was abused or not, because, like I said, it's not going to be a part of public record. The media and the left is going to tell you one thing. The right's going to tell you something else. Set your behind down. Watch the video. Don't take my word for it. Don't watch one video from the side angle. Watch all the videos so you can see it plainly. The one video that was recorded, you can plainly hear the engine rev up and the tires spinning as she heads towards the cop. So quit calling her an innocent woman or an innocent victim. That's the first one. Now they're also comparing her to George Floyd. Innocent people killed by cops. First off, George Floyd was a crackhead who died of a drug overdose. And when I use the term crackhead for any dope, it don't matter to me what kind they are, whether they're doing pills, meth, or whatever, they're still a crackhead. He did not he did not die from that. It was an excuse for a group to get together and burn Minnesota to the ground, which they tried very hard to do so. They even tried burning the rest of the country. They holler Black Lives Matter, but the truth is, black lives don't matter one bit to them. You don't believe me? Here's some evidence for you. Criminals get killed or die in custody of a police officer, Black Lives Matter. 2 black doctors get killed in the apartment of one of the doctors. I don't know which. I don't remember the male or the female's apartment. It doesn't matter. Near Washington. They were both black, well-to-do doctors. Good, upstanding people were murdered. What does Black Lives Matter and NAACP do? They hire lawyers and post bail for the black man who murdered them. So tell me how Black Lives matters to them if they're posting bail and hiring a lawyer for the person who murdered them. 2 black people. Where was Black Lives Matters when whoever it was in the pickup in Missouri decided to start shooting at a car at the stop sign for whatever reason and killed a very young black child? They weren't there protesting. The only people you saw on the news was the police asking for help and that child's grandmother who was driving the car at the time of the shooting. They were the only people on the news. They were the only people who spoke about it. Black Lives Matter stayed out of it because they didn't care. It wasn't a criminal. They need to change the name to Black Criminal Lives Matter because that's the only ones that matter to them. And that's a fact. Again, if y'all stay out of the doggone police's way, you won't have any trouble. If you want to protest, you have the legal right to protest. But here's what you do not have the legal right to do. You do not have the legal right to block a street. You do not have the legal right to interfere with a law officer in the commission of his duties. If you do and they try to arrest you, they tell you to get out the car. You should get out the car, let them arrest you. If you feel that the arrest was wrong, let your lawyer handle it. And guess what? You won't get shot. That's funny. You won't get shot. But then the left wouldn't have a reason to protest and riot if some idiot didn't get himself killed doing just what the liberal politicians told him to do. They should take every politician that told them how to impede ICE, and every one of them should be arrested for that woman's murder. I don't know what the law is in Minnesota, but here where I'm at, if you cause the person's death by making statements like that you know could likely cause their death, you're guilty of murder. Even if you were 1,000 miles away at the time. And every Democrat politician, whether it be mayor, governor, or anyone else that threatens ICE for doing their job, should be arrested, tried, convicted, and hung for treason. And that's not a Republican or conservative view, that's just fact. I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna like me for this one, but a lot of you just don't like the truth. And that's that.